got something to do with being the man.
YouTube back again, Mike from Foundation in the UK, and it's Friday, so that can only mean one thing. It's the Pengest Parts, and today we are going to be looking at Cult. Now, Cult is a brand out of the USA, run by Robbie Morales, famous BMXer. If you don't know him, look him up, you need to. Robbie has ran Cult for a long time. He ran Fit before. There's a bit of trivia for you. So, we've had a delivery from Cult, and basically there's only probably a couple of new bits on there. To be honest, it's a small US shipment, so it's not exactly a massive order. A bit of an interim order, if you like, just to top up on a few things that we needed and we've been out of for a little while. So, without further ado, let's check some of that stuff out. So, tyres. Tyres is a thing we do a lot of with Cult, and one of the items we've been waiting for ages are these bad boys. Cult Vans tyre. Yes, that's right, a shoe brand with a Collab tyre. Cult Vans tyres come in a 2.35 width. They're mad popular and come in numerous colours, but black is something we've been out of for ages, so we were overjoyed to hear they were coming back in before their main spring delivery, which is due in April. So the 2.35 Vans tyres are basically, they feature, if you like, the Vans waffle tread pattern, and they're 110 psi regulated, so they're a high pressure tyre, and basically our biggest selling Cult tyre. So we were stoked to hear that they were coming in on this delivery. Only downside to this delivery, they have gone up a bit. They are now $29.99 recommended retail price, but to be honest with you, with the popularity of that tyre, I still think that's a pretty good price in the current climate. We do have down here the gum versions, so that's like the dark gum with black sidewall. Mad popular tyres. Sticking with the Vans tyre, new for this delivery, which is something we have had for the first time, is the 26-inch Cult Vans tyre. So the Cult Vans tyre, obviously for a BMX 20-inch, they now do it in a whopping 26-inch tyre, which would be great news for all you MTB riders out there. If you've got a commuter bike with a 26-inch wheelbase, you can now get some Vans tyres. They're $33.99, which again, for a 26-inch tyre, which is collaborated with Vans, I think is really good. Those are up on the website right now, so you should take a look at them. Next up, we'll stick with tyres, because tyres is the theme. Cult D-Heart tyres. Now this is the oldest tyre that Cult have produced. It's always been a really popular tyre for us, and speaking of price of tyres, this is still $24.99. I think that's not going to last, so if you're after a pair of these tyres, you've run these tyres and you've run them for ages and you're into them, you probably should upgrade or update them and get another set, because they're probably going to go up shortly. So this features a slightly more aggressive knurled tread pattern, and again, these come in a 2.35 width, so same width as the Vans tyres, but mad popular. They do come in other colours, but to be honest, these days we mainly just concentrate on the black ones. So that is another bit of Vans rubber that we have in stock. Finally, before we leave tyres, we do carry in stock some of the Cult AK tyres. Now, the Alex Kennedy tyre came out probably about 6 months ago now. It is a whopping 2.5 width. I know, that is a big boy. However, if you like wide tyres, or you don't perhaps run a really heavy PSI in your tyres, or you run some of the new XL rims that are out there from Federal, Stranger, and you want to get a wider tyre to sort of complement that, these are on the market right now, and we have them in stock in black and funky orange. So 2.5 width, they come in a few colours. We've got the black, the orange, they come in a gum, and they come in a dark blue or indigo, I think it's called, and they're $27.99. and like I say, they come in a whopping 2.5 width. That is a big boy. Now, speaking of width, if you're running big tyres these days, something you ought to consider is when you next get a flat or you're next placing an order with Foundation BMX or any other purveyor of reputable BMX goods, then you should think about getting these, because basically with running the wider tyres these days, it's probably wise that you get a wider inner tube. Most tubes cater for up to 2.3 as standard or 225, but with tyres getting wider, what that means is when you're inflating your tyre, because it's inflating to a wider width, it's thinner, and it just means you're more liable to flats. Now, the Colt tubes are $4.99, Schrader valve, just like everything else, but if you're running a wider tyre, something to definitely check out. We've got those back in stock now. They were on this delivery this week. Right, what should we check out next? Before we entirely leave rubber, I know this sounds like we're talking about a lot of rubber, but that's what mainly was on this delivery, to be honest. Sold out items we've been waiting for. Colt Vans grip. Massively popular grip. Again, Vans waffle sole grips. They come in loads of different colours. Black is back in, and we've also got clear, fluorescent yellow, and gum. So these Vans grips back in stock right now, $12.99. They're 148 mils long, and they use, again, the waffle sole grip pattern basically. AK grips, Alex Kennedy signature grips. These grips from Cool use a completely different pattern than the Vans ones. They kind of have like a circular pattern on one end, and then more like a sort of Vans style pattern, if you like, on the other. They're a bit longer. They're 158 mil long, so if you like a longer grip, worth checking out the AK grips. Maybe they're your thing. They're a bit cheaper, $8.99. Totally worth checking out. Only available at the minute in black or white. Right, so we've hit the rubber seam pretty hard. We should probably leave that alone for a minute. What else have we got here? Colt Dakota Roche signature pedals. These were massively popular when they came out last year. They've got a much wider platform than the traditional Colt PC pedals. Micro-knurled surface, and they've got 24 pins, the moulded pins, so that's 12 on each side. Real grippy, wider platform, $15.99, really good pedal. The only gripe I have about these is they have a 17 mil necessity pedal spanner thingy, and I don't like that too much because, you know, I think it's just easier when they're all 15, but, you know, Odyssey have done it in the past, other brands have done it, but I'd prefer to see 15 if I'm honest, it's just easier. Chains, so Colt do 3 chains, 2 that are full link, 1 that's half link. The budget 410 chain from Colt is $7.99, and it comes in black, silver and gold. Really popular chain. It's our most popular budget chain, definitely. The 410 aspect of it means it's, like I say, a budget chain, and it features 410 gauge plates, and like I say, we've got some here. This one here is the black one. Good thing about these chains, even for a budget chain, they come with a built-in half link. So the benefits are you only need 1 half link in your chain, if we're honest, and with the 410, it's a budget chain for $7.99, and it comes with a half link. Can't go wrong at all, $7.99. Say you broke a few chains, and you know what? You need something which has got a bit more strength about it, then you probably want to look at the 510 chain. Now, the 510 chain comes in all the same colours, but it features 510 gauge thicker plates, and I can't get it out of the box, but I can now. Here's a bling gold one. Look at that. Again, full link chain, but with thicker 510 plates, and it comes with a half link. Brilliant. $11.99. We get through loads of those chains. The most recent addition to the Colt chain repertoire was naturally a half link. I know some of you guys out there are still into the half link thing, and ultimately I can understand why. They do look sometimes a bit blinger and so on and so forth, and this one certainly does because it's in the chrome plate one. the Cool Half-Link 121 chain, full half-link, and is $21.99. Comes in black, silver and gold again. What else was on our delivery this week? So, Cult butter pegs. This is Cult's plastic peg. These are the essentially 4.5 inch ones. They call them 115 millimeters, so I think it's actually just under 4.5 inch. But chromoly inner core plastic peg, and they come with a spare sleeve, which, you know, as if you've been watching our episodes recently, I am about that. I think it's pretty cool to get a spare sleeve with your peg. And these have a chromoly inner core, so that's the first peg that we've looked at that has a chromoly inner core. Aluminium inner core is a bit lighter, however the chromoly ones are obviously stronger, a little bit heavier, but these are chromoly inner cores. They do now what they call the butter light pegs, and those are aluminium inner core. So if you want the lightweight version of the butter peg, you want the butter lights, and these are the chromoly inner core ones, which are just classed as the butter plastic pegs. Last but not least, we have a set of Sect IC V2 forks. Now, these Cult Sect V2 forks feature an invest cast dropout. Pretty cool. And they've got etched on the end there, I don't know if you can see that, but it's like got Cult etched into the bottom of the fork leg, which is pretty cool. The Cult Sect V2 invest forks feature a 28mm offset, so they're not particularly aggressive, but they're just a bit shorter than the traditional ones. So again, if you want to get over the front end with those, you can do so. The Cult Sect V2 invest forks are $139.99 and back in stock now. Cool new addition, actually, is worth noting. Don't know whether you can see that, but basically they've switched up the top cap. Can you see that? Can you see that better now? See that better, maybe? This is the new Cult Sect Maintain Everyday top cap that comes with the Cult Sect V2 forks. Again, $139.99, and that is the Invest Cast forks from Cult. Now that pretty much exhausts all the hard goods and parts that were on this week's Cult delivery. Like I say, there is a bigger one coming in spring, which has got frames on it. I'm sure you'll want to check that out when that drops. But there was just a couple of other bits and pieces on this Cult delivery that you should really check out. Firstly, limited run. Yep, that's right. You've seen the grips, you've seen the tyres, here's the shoes. These are the Old Skool Pros that I'm sure you're all familiar with from Vans. Robbie's hooked up with them to do a collaboration Cult one. You've got an embroidered Cult logo on the back there. It's got an embroidered logo on the tongue as well. These are Old Skool Pros, so they've got the uprated sole, and they've also got the better insole for comfort and for riding and skating. There's only 100 of these in Europe, $64.99. We've got most sizes still available, but they are in high demand and short supply. So hook up yourself with a pair of these cool Old Skool Pros. We also had on the delivery this week a new item on the soft goods front. We've got here somewhere the Cult Face long sleeve tee. This was the new edition that we took off the spring delivery. We've got these in all sizes, well worth checking out, $29.99. So that wraps up this week's Pengest Parts. I'm Mike, this is Foundation BMX. Like, comment, subscribe. We've got more orders coming in this month from Eclat, Sabrosa, Shadow, Fly, so we'll hook you up with videos for those as soon as they land. But if you've got anything you specifically would like to see, let us know. We'll let you know when we're going to do those brands as and when the deliveries hit us. And thanks for watching. One love.
More than two of them. Head on, won't see you again. P, I beat the tune on them. 38's I've had more than two of them. 3 shots hit more than two of them. Head on, won't see you again.
Get your sandbags up and go get your girl's handbags up. She walked in.